Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about this guy, the Sailor Pro Gear Standard in the third annual release of the Pillow Book series from Sailor. So it is a beautiful winter sky, purple, bluish, depending on the light. Right now my light makes this look a little bit more purple and this a little bit more blue, but it is a beautiful pen. And again, this is the standard size model. It does come in the slim version as well. Standard Sailor finial with their anchor. Standard clip as well too. And then the large band around there that says Sailor Japan, founded 1911. And then of course it ends also with a nice silver trim. This is a cartridge converter, and it does ship with 2 cartridges and a converter as well. So all metal pieces, so unfortunately if you wanted to, you cannot eyedropper this. So it's metal to resin on the side. And again, the cartridge converter is not in the pen. It's actually inside a separate packaging, so when you open up the pen on the initial one, you're not going to see it there. Don't be alarmed. Just pick up the hidden bed below the pen and you will see the proprietary cartridges and the converter. This is a 21 karat broad nib from Sailor. So, and again, this is, as I mentioned, in a broad nib. In the writing sample, you'll see it doesn't write as wet as I thought it would be from a line variation perspective. Not sure what's there. And then also a little bit from the tines perspective. I don't know. It looks like it's off, but I don't think it is from the standpoint of the breather hole and the slit down. But it could just be my eyes and the shadows playing on the light, if you will. But again, this is just, this is the first in the 3 series for me. I haven't gotten the other 2. This color just kind of spoke to me a little bit, so I had to get it. And the only other one that I have in comparison is the Sailor Platinum 3776 in the purple here from the Mount Fuji, the clouds on top of Mount Fuji collection. It's the only other purple that I have from a size comparison perspective. So the standard is definitely, probably about a ½ inch shorter when capped. And then when uncapped, it's not much of a difference at that point. Probably a little bit shorter than capped, probably a ½ inch, if not a few centimeters. I typically don't like my pens capped, but with the Pro Gear, I do have to do that just because it's a little, I feel it's a little small on my hands. It's not heavy in any form. I probably could get away with it. I just like the feel of the cap, at least with the Pro Gear version of it. Just adds a little bit of extra weight to the pen, so it's kind of easier to write with. In regards to, a little bit of a writing sample. So I did the Sailor Pro Gear standard, as I mentioned. It is in a broad 24 karat, and it is the Winter Sky version of this in the 3rd release from the Pillow Book on their annual series release line. As I mentioned, I don't have the other 2. This was the only one that kind of really has stuck out to me. The nib itself, definitely scratchy. I don't know if the 2 work together from a feedback perspective. I could just hear the scratchiness, but I couldn't really feel it when I was writing with it, just the actual sound itself. And the ink is the color Traveler Miyoshi Pione Purple. I'm not sure if I'm saying the second one right, but it's a nice purple. And It's hard to tell, but it does have a little bit of gold sheen around here on the edges with this particular ink. So it's definitely a nice ink, but it does not come across very well from a broad nib perspective on some of the actual writing. But a heavy laydown definitely shows the actual sheen within that ink. It comes in fine, extra fine through broad. So, and there's also a medium fine in there as well, and also in a zoom in music nib. You're not going to get much line variation, even for a broad. It's just not there. It's definitely a nice thick line, but you're not going to get it even with the 21 karat. So you definitely don't want to give it any additional pressure. You can see the standard lines, and then I applied a little pressure here at the end to see if there was any additional, variation I could get. So not so much, and you do get some shading where the pen was taken off paper. So at the end of the lines, you kind of get a little bit of that, but you don't get any of the sheen coming through. And this is a Tomoe River 52 GSM from Galen Leather. And this is a heavy application, so you can see there's definitely some bleed through into it. But again, it's a swatch, came down pretty heavy onto there. So, but yeah, this is the Sailor Pro Gear Standard in their new Winter Sky release. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe the video. I'm looking to grow the channel and obviously get a little bit better in the content and the format. So feedback is always welcome. Thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful day.